What's good with YouTube? You already know Big Flocka with a convicts reaction where we smash, dash, and slide on through that little bit of energy, man. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire content. So, guys, just so you guys are all well aware, about 5 days I'll be getting my channel back on ACP. I haven't been able to post, so please, man, help support, man, checking out old content and whatnot, man. So we got some exclusive news, man. I get a message today talking about that it kicked off on Sea Yard in High Desert with the homies and the Southsiders. I have been able to clarify none of that. It was the Southsiders that one person was killed, or first it was 5 people got killed, and all kinds of different information. So I'm not able to stamp any of that. This is the press release that came out from CDCR, which I'm going to read when this happened, May 20th. Here we go. Let me check the tell you guys right now. I'm going to read this word for word. May 22nd, California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation officials are investigating the May 20th, 2023 death of an incarcerated person at High Desert State Prison. At approximately 6:40, High Desert State Prison staff observed the incarcerated people, Pedro Ayan and Brandon Martinez, assaulting Jeffrey Concepcion on the institution's Sea Yard. Staff quickly responded and quelled the incident. Concepcion was unresponsive and staff quickly initiated life-saving measures. So far, it doesn't seem like it was a north or south incident. That maybe this was potentially someone was removing within their own circle. They summoned emergency services and transported Concepcion, the institution's triage and treatment area. He was pronounced dead at 7:45 by the coroner. No staff or other incarcerated persons reported any injuries. Ayan and Martinez have been placed in restrictive housing. Officials have limited movement on the housing unit where the attack occurred to facilitate the investigation being conducted by High Desert State Prisons, ISU, the Lassen County District Attorney, and the Lassen County Coroner. The Office of the Inspector General was notified, and the Lassen County Coroner will determine Concepcion's official cause of death. Now, Concepcion was sentenced on July 2nd, 1999, for Monterey County to serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder and second-degree robbery and attempted second-degree murder. Ayan was sentenced to CCR on June 20th, 2012 from Tulare County to serve a 27-year and 2-month sentence for 2 counts of second-degree murder, 1 count of assault with force to likely produce GBI, attempted robbery, and carjacking. Martinez was sentenced on 2016 from Yuba County to serve an 18-year and 8-month sentence for 1 count of assault with a weapon likely to produce GBI and 1 count of second-degree robbery. So that's the information so far, man. And there's not really too much other information that's being put out there, but this at first glance looks like this was probably a North Daniel hit that they removed their own within their own circle. There's no other information that's being pushed at this time. I'm gonna look to see if there's any other articles. So, but someone said that they kicked off yesterday in High Desert. But if you notice, this press release wasn't on there about 20 minutes ago. They are reporting information 2 or 3 days later. I've been noticing they're not putting out the information right off top. So, waiting to hear. There may have been some other incidents that allegedly have happened, but I don't want to sit there and try to instigate and try to spread any type of false information. This is the only thing that I can concur. So if you guys hear different rumors or different things, until you have anybody that comes out with any factual information, take it at face value for what it is. That there's no proof. This hit looks like it was a North Daniel red on red hit for whatever reason. As we already know in CDCR today, there's been numerous fucking murders that have been happening, man, for like the last 4 years, man. And when you put 2 people on 1 person, that's a hit by an active group. That is basically what you would call an SKP hit, which is called superior killing power, which a lot of these individuals are those that are part of a hit squad, and their whole purpose is to take a life. They're there not to just sit there and fucking put a little, puto mark or, put a couple little holes. Their whole purpose is to take a life. They're supposed to stay on their target until they know that they take his win. And most of these SKP squads are on level 4s. So once again, the victim has been in the system for about 24 years, man. And you got 2 youngsters, man, now who are likely may never have a chance to see freedom again. What was it for? Recognition, status. You know, when you're behind the walls in prison, right? That life as you know it is life there. There's no life out in the streets for you. You may get phone calls or get to watch TV or get to watch news, but that whole thing is it's kind of like a surreal feeling. It's not real because you're not there. You don't have the day to day, you know, functions to be out there and know what's going on out there in the streets, out there in society. The only thing you know is prison, prison politics. The things that you're trying to advocate within your group. Therefore, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And nowadays, people are just catching cases at young ages. They're going to prison, and they're already looking at themselves as, you know what, I'm washed. I might as well ride or die. I might as well go to the extreme. I might as well catch another body. Once you catch that first one, it's not hard to catch a second one. They're always within reach, and there's always going to be some dogs that are going to be like this. I'm ready to go. I do want to look into a little bit to see if there's any other information going on with any other incidents. When there's a lot of drama going on YouTube, people start to forget about producing content. Everybody starts to do other things, and you know they're preparing their sword for YouTube battle. You know what I'm saying? Um, but other than that, man, what more can I say? I don't understand the amount of violence that we're seeing that are occurring within the Norteño collective. There's a lot of Northerners that are getting killed, man. A lot of dudes are there on those lines, and for some apparent reason, they don't feel like they're going to be a victim. Does this have to do with bad politics? Does this have to do with personal vendettas? I don't know, man. It was rare back in the days. You'd have your hits, you'd have your stabbings, you'd have all that, right? But the level of force of deaths that you're seeing at the hands of other Norteños, it just shocks me. I've always been about carnalismo, respect, and about salvaging careers. And it seems like it's no longer about salvaging careers. It's about those that want to have the authority to make those calls. For some people, for some of the carnales that are locked up, this is all they have. They're never going to be out there in the streets. So when they're able to, run a regiment out there in the streets from inside or being able to make a call to have someone hit, it makes them feel important because they're never going to see that freedom. They're never going to be out there to open up a business or have a job or learn some type of trade that they can put to use in the free world. And that's the unfortunate thing that some people have chosen that path in life because of egos. Ego will feel everybody. Wanted to be looked at as the metal. Puro machismo. Everybody wants to be the big bad fucking wolf and stuff, right? But not everybody wants to suffer those consequences, man. And that's just how life is behind the walls, man. At one time, the main things that we used to advocate and promote, and I'm speaking from past tense when I was active, was about carnalismo, was about respect, was about being socially viewed and treating everybody the same. It's no longer about that. There's a lot of favoritism. There's a lot of people who hold animosity. There's a lot of people who are allowing drug tendencies to infiltrate these groups behind the walls. Let's just keep it real. The usage of drugs by certain members has started to succumb the group as a whole. And I don't think anybody can deny it. You see it all the time. But anyways, hopefully we get some more information, man. Unfortunate, man. Hopefully my channel gets fucking back on track, man, because this has been hard not having ACP going, man, because these channels, like I said, they're not in the algorithm to where they're always going to get pushed. So my views are not as big as I would like them to be, but hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. With that said, it's your boy Flacco. Little breaking news, and we're gonna see what else we're gonna find out. That's it. I'm gone.